so many young people trying to pursue their musical dreams is done each and every year. Shane Williams back on the line now. I don't know what happened there. A little bit of gremlins on the audio board there, Shane. Oh. And Shane, are you there with me?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
There we go. Now I got you loud and clear. I have the Sips and Strings on the screen now because that's coming up at Jacoby Art Center in just a few short days. But we have one this Sunday that's really full of excitement.
Oh, yes. This is our February concert. It's with the theme of an afternoon of musical pops. And so you will hear some of your favorites from selections from Swan Lake, The Sound of Music, Hamilton, St. Louis Blues, Phantom of the Opera, West Side Story. It's just filled with a wonderful time. And it's going to also feature one of our up-and-coming fantastic violinists, the winner of the Marie Stilbell Concerto Competition, Mr. Aidan Moon. And he's going to be playing the first movement of the Conus Violin Concerto, which is just amazing. And everybody will just love it. They will be amazed at how wonderful this young man sounds.
Well, and that's what I mean, just talking a little bit about it when you got disconnected, one of the reasons I love everything that you all do is because you're always helping promote that next generation and help giving, whether it's scholarships, advice, all this opportunity to perform. That's what I think you guys do so well at. And it's great to know that we're going to get a taste of the scholarship winner yet again coming up on Sunday.
And also with that, just as you mentioned, the next generation, we are also having a side-by-side with the Alton Youth Symphony senior members. It's interesting that we rehearse together. We're playing pieces, we're performing pieces together, and then at the end of our rehearsal, I would have the members of the Alton Symphony stand up who were once in the Alton Youth Symphony, and they were always amazed because there was like probably 15 members that we have now that when they were young, they were part of that important program of the Alton Youth Symphony.
Well, and that's what I think's really remarkable is just the foundation that was laid, and then the generations that continue to keep it going. And that's, you guys have something special with the Alton Symphony Orchestra, Shane, and I mean that because there's tons of organizations that really do all they can, but you guys have just been long-standing, and I think the Youth Symphony is a huge, huge portion, but then the recognition, too, and really becoming a tight-knit family with both groups.
Yes, I know the community cannot thank enough co-founder. His name just Ken Conrad.
Oh, Ken Conradi. He is wonderful. Yeah,
Ken Conradi, yes. And he and another gentleman started it years ago with the vision of preparing young musicians for the future. And that legacy, that vision is still going on today.
Just wonderful. And Shane, I know it's going to be like me asking about who's your favorite child, but I got to ask you this question. What song or what piece of music on Sunday have you been really looking forward to hearing out of them all?
Oh, that's always a tough one.
It is. Well, this is the 60 minutes portion of the show where it gets, real pointed questions,
Yes. No, that's all good. Well, I have performed a number of these selections in the musical setting. I love Swan Lake. West Side Story. Oh my gosh, I love them all. I'm just going to tell you, and I guess in particular, probably the St. Louis Blues because I moved here when I was 21 years old or 20 years old, and to St. Louis, and it's been my home ever since.
Well, Shane, I wanted to ask you a little bit more, just touching on what you said about. In the musical setting, have you ever been a part of a performance where they use live music with the symphony throughout a show?
Are you talking about with a video or playing extra with the St. Louis Symphony?
Either or.
Well, I have had, I started playing as an extra player with the symphony and percussion back in 1985.
Wow.
And it was under Leonard Slack. Eric Leinsdorf at that time had come in to do a guest concert. And then I've performed under Leonard Slatkin and David Robertson. And it's just been an amazing experience, and I try to bring that not only to the Alton Symphony but also to the other young musicians that I work with. There has been as a player, I played at the Fox for a number of groups, from Burt Bacharach to Dionne Warwick.
Wow.
Played for Moody Blues, and so I think it's important for that it's not just about playing, but it's about taking that experience and bringing it into your other spheres of your life. I'm a professor of instrumental ensembles and conducting at Missouri Baptist University. And so those students that come there, I bring in those experiences, not that I just don't want them to have a textbook experience, but I want to share them real life experience. And I think it's important for them to be learning from people who are in the trenches, still performing, still conducting. My colleagues, Dr. Melissa Bishop, Dr. Jordan Cox, Dr. Jason Mallory, they're performing opera, they're songwriting, they're guest conducting. And it's just important that you bring those experiences to the next generation.
Absolutely. And Shane, I wanted to ask you really briefly on performing live symphony, or backing somebody with in a live performance. What's the difference there? Because I'm sure that there's some nuances that you got to pick up pretty quick. I mean, that's incredible, some of the names you were mentioning.
Yes, you just have to be really aware and to flow right into what's going on. It obviously helps to have listened to the music, ahead of time, be familiar with the songs or the pieces you're doing. But it's a great experience. I know. It was a wonderful experience. The Fox years ago did the Elvis tour, and it was the original players of the band. Obviously, Elvis, had passed away.
Is that the one that James Burton was playing guitar with and all of that as well?
I believe so, yes.
That was wonderful.
Yes, and they had a person who was an Elvis impersonator who had the concert that we did at the Fox was actually one that had been on TV, and Elvis, so they've got the impersonator moving around, and it's just an amazing reliving of what went on. And what was unusual and very surprising for me is that the show that we did there was actually the show that I had seen as a young man on black and white TV when I first saw Elvis.
What was the show?
It was just called the Elvis tour, but all the pieces that he had done on that concert on TV, they just recreated that whole show with just as if you were watching it on TV. It was just. Yeah, it was just called the Elvis tour.
When and that what I think's cool about it too, Shane. And before we move on to Sips and Strings, and we'll touch base on the performance Sunday, but it's just the fact that that was somebody that really used the orchestra really in a rock and roll setting for one of the first times, and used it for over a decade. It was really powerful and loved. I think the orchestra is what made his 70s music sound so good.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I totally agree.
And now, Shane, getting back to Sunday, this is going to be really cool. Is this over at Lewis and Clark Hathaway Hall?
It is, and we are so privileged to not only rehearse there, but to perform there. It is at Hathaway Hall. It's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There will not be an intermission, so this is going to be a slightly shorter concert. But no less the quality of what you're going to hear. We're just trying this on a Sunday afternoon. You know, you can go out, don't have to have the whole afternoon listening to music, but come on out, for a slightly shorter concert, but yet you'll walk away and your palate will be just be fulfilled in all the different tastes of music that you're going to hear.
Well, especially for a great date night. Maybe you can't do anything this Wednesday for Valentine's Day. Save it for Sunday and go and make a nice, beautiful day out of it. Get some great food at a local restaurant. Stop in and hear the orchestra. That's a win-win, Shane.
Yes, and something unique about this concert is we are doing this concert and not charging a ticket price.
Whoa.
And we are doing this. We are doing this a couple of reasons. Number one, we are asking, we want people to feel free to come to the concert and to experience the music of the popular music with the Alton Symphony. And also, if people do desire to give, that they have those opportunities there. Right. And this way, there's no pressure that, we would love to fill the hall Sunday afternoon. And I just encourage you, if you have not come to the Alton Symphony before, please come, be our guest. And there's no responsibility of, I don't have the money for it or anything. No, just come and enjoy. And we just appreciate that you took the time out of your afternoon to come and share it with us. And then if you do feel to give, that's great too. We'll have a QR code. We'll have some different ways. Or you can go on the website ahead of time and you can just donate. We appreciate that. But yeah, we're doing it without cost of a ticket, just to help the community and just reach out to them.
Really cool. And Shane, fill me in on Simpson Strings. This is at Jacoby Arts Center, February the 23rd at 6 p.m. This is an annual event that's really gained a lot of attention.
Oh, yes. Yes, it has. And this is, again, you're right. It's at the Jacoby Arts Center in Alton. It's February 23rd. At 6 p.m. and we have the principal string players, a string quartet playing for your enjoyment, and we have a wine tasting going on at the same time, and we also have delicious desserts that are being served. And again, all of the money that's for this is to help us raise funds. You might want to, if you're thinking about going, which I encourage people, might want to buy a ticket prior to the event, because there is a limited number of ticket quantities that we have. And
Shane, what's the best way to get that ticket information out to our audience? Because you're right, they go quick.
Yes. The best way is to just go on the website to the Alton Symphony Orchestra, and you can purchase your tickets on there, and that will take care of it and guarantee you a spot.
Shane Willams is the maestro of the Alton Symphony Orchestra. Shane, I told you 10 minutes, and here we are 20 minutes later. I love speaking with you. I hope Sunday goes well, and then we got to talk a little bit more about Simpson Strings and get the word out, because this is a wonderful event, and thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you, CJ. Always enjoy. As the Alton Symphony, we want to make the music come alive for all. And that means everybody in the community come and enjoy and just have a great experience.
Absolutely. Shane, we'll talk again soon.
Thank you so much, CJ. Have a great day.
You too. At 10:33, we'll take a quick break. And the Freers are in studio. Christmas in July. We learn all about it right after this.